What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing on the wheel experimentation. That's how we're starting today's vlog. Experimentation project for the 2020 Denali Duramax. As you guys know, we outfitted that truck with the giveaway trucks 22x14 a few videos back, and that was a massive success. They looked amazing on it. And this is a continuation to try and figure out what wheel and tire setup we're gonna end up putting on this truck. I'm not really sure exactly what it is that I want to do quite yet. I'm not certain of what it is that we'll be able to do with the limitations that we have, and that has to do with the suspension and the clearance in the wheel wells. Now, before that gets started, I just want to let you guys know that we are counting down to the final few weeks of the 2015 LML Duramax giveaway. If you want to get entered to win this truck, check out all the information down in the first link in the description below. One of you guys is going to be winning this truck very soon. By mid-September, one of you will possess the keys and the title and, well, ownership of this truck right here. Now, the patch combo is completely sold out, so if you didn't grab one, I apologize. They do go quick, but we do have a new limited product, which is right here. So if you guys want to go check that out, do so before they're completely gone forever. Now, to continue in with today's project, we're going to be pulling the two back wheels off of this truck, throwing the stock ones on for the time being, and then running over to the shop and playing around with another set of wheels, potentially, if they're still there. And we're going to mess around with the torsion keys just a little bit. Originally, I was not going to film this video, but I decided I probably should, because I know a lot of you are anxious as to what we're going to be able to accomplish with these interesting, I'll put it that way, Fender Flares. This kind of strangely bizarre built-in flare slash mud flap thing that they engineered, and any movement on the torsion keys. So should be kind of an interesting video. I'm hoping that with the torsion keys cranked up a little bit, we're going to be able to fit at least a similar wheel to this, like a 2214 with a 3314.5 Fury or something that's kind of comparable. Clean off the lens real quick. Can't have you guys having any smudges, because we're still a few months out before any actual lift kits are available for this truck. I would like to lift this thing to go with a different style of wheel and tire, but I can't quite do anything to that extent yet, just because there are no lift kits in the aftermarket. I'm currently in talks with a lift kit manufacturer, and they have me in line as almost #1 to receive one of their first production sets. It's just, that's not gonna happen relatively soon. And although this truck is amazing to drive around stock, don't get me wrong, I love it. I'm so grateful to have it. It really is difficult to do so when you're used to driving something a little bit more customized and a little bit more unique, if you will. So let's pull these wheels off real quick on the back. Dang, who wouldn't want to win that setup? Man, game changer, setting trends over here. All right, guys, let's get these things loaded up. We'll head over to the shop. The meat on these things is just absurd. They're heavy too. Gotta be careful with these. Ergonomics. 101. Lay them down safe and sound. Sweet. Sweet. By the way, guys, a lot of y'all are asking questions about this dual function tailgate and the weight associated with it. It's actually extremely light. If anybody's ever interacted with a Dodge Cummins tailgate where they feel really thick up on the top, kind of feels similar, but super light. Not bad at all. So the plan for the day is to see if we can get these wheels to fit a little bit better on this truck. If you guys can't recall, or you didn't see the previous video where we did kind of a try for size with these 14 wides. These are 22x14s with a 3314.5. I only had about a quarter turning radius. I did just measure the torsion keys, and we have some room. So the driver's side set at about 1 inch and 15/16, and strangely enough, the passenger side is set at about 1.5 inches. So I just measured the distance between the key and the bottom of the bolt. So I'm gonna jack this thing up real quick. We're gonna literally just crank the keys all the way up. That's definitely gonna compromise the ride quality of the new chassis suspension setup on this truck, which is very smooth, by the way. And we're just gonna see how much room it grants us. Now, I have a pretty good feeling about it, and I think that we might be able to make something work. And this is really just an experiment to try and gauge what we're gonna be able to do with the wheel and tire setup on this truck before we actually go ahead and lift it. I just really don't wanna wait for a lift kit to come out. That's like way too long to be driving around a stock truck. I think you guys can relate. And then at the end of the video, I think we're gonna go ahead and just try something that I've never done before, and that's run something like this. These are Jamian 24x14. I think they're like -100 or something like that. American Forces that we're gonna throw up on this truck just to see what it looks like. Yeah, they're massive, and I think it's gonna look really sick. So stay tuned to the end of the video. If you guys like this kind of experimentation stuff and you're enjoying the content with the 2020, please smash that thumbs up button and tap the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. It's great to have you around. And you know what, before we do that, I should probably take a final measurement here to, let's go the center of the hubcap, the bottom of the fender, see about where we are in terms of height. So here we're at at 24.5. And on this side, we're at about 24.5. It makes it easy, but I'm still gonna write it down because sometimes I have the memory of a goldfish. So we'll see what a few cranks to the keys gets us in terms of real estate here. How you guys doing?
Good, how about you?
You guys come up for the dealership or for the truck show?
Our buddy's looking at a truck.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
What's he checking out?
He was looking at that single cab 6.7 over there with like the big front bumper and back bumper on it.
Okay, cool. I'll follow you guys. Let's go check it out real quick. Y'all want to be on the vlog?
Yeah, sure.
You don't mind?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I like to ask beforehand because sometimes people are like, yo, what? That's a camera.
Yeah,
Oh, nice, dude. Heck yeah, man. Is that a Harley Davidson edition?
It's a big Harley Davidson.
Oh, is it?
it was a white truck.
Could have fooled me, man.
It was a white truck from Delaware, and the guy he got it from he painted himself like that, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Harley guy, and he's like, can't find one. I'll paint it myself.
All right, hey, man. Sometimes you got to improvise. No, that's cool. Well, yeah, you guys want to see if this 14 wide fits? I truly don't know what to expect, but only time will tell. All right, so we're at 24.5. Wow, we got a lot of real estate here. We got another 2.5 inches. Yeah, call it 2 1/4. So that could be comparable to maybe like a lift kit. Now, the ride quality is not going to be all that good, as I had mentioned, but that really does change the game, and it gets our front sitting kind of level with the back. So the rubbing issue is the big question in the equation right now. Let's get the stock wheel off and throw one of these on to see what we're looking at. See you guys, it was a pleasure meeting y'all. Take care. It's really cool being over here and getting to meet subscribers. I love it all the time. Get to meet so many new faces and just get to say thank you to people in person for the support. Very grateful for everybody that supports this channel all the time. I know I say it a lot, but I truly, truly mean it. And holy diggity, does this thing sit high. Woo! I cannot believe, guys, I am 5'11", and let me just do this. Does this do an accurate representation of just how crazy tall this thing sits? Oh my God, that is insane. So there's a quick look at presumably the first leveled 2020 in the world. I don't know. At this point, there might be 1 or 2 more floating around where people start playing around with them, like yours truly, but I still think we have the 14 wide thing going for us. All right, guys, so I wasn't able to film it, but I did have some customers here actually act as my eyes as we turn this thing. And as you can see, we're at about, call it like 3/4 of a turn. I'll give you guys a quick look at the angles. They're actually not bad at all. I know it's kind of hard to tell. Not bad at all, and that's the torsion keys completely cranked. I mean, the bolt is all the way in. So we're at about 3/4 of a turn. We're just barely making contact here. And then on the back end, the big question is, what can we do? So first, let's talk about the front. I think that the most reasonable thing to do at this point to get this wheel and tire set up to fit would be to actually space this bumper forward just a little bit. Maybe a 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit less, like 3/8 or something like that. I need to get up under here to look at how this bumper is actually mounted and how much room we have without creating too big of a bumper gap. The goal is not to cut. And to add complexity to the fitment game, if you will, the engine block heater is right here. I don't necessarily enjoy the placement of that. I think it would have been much better suited like right up in here or maybe on that side, but probably on the driver's side just so you see it when you're walking into the truck. I think that would have been a lot better of a placement, GM. This over here is kind of dumb in my opinion, but I think it'd probably be possible if anybody ever wanted to relocate that to get the gasser valence, the 6.6 liter gasser valence, bolt that up so you don't have the hole and then do what you need to do. So that's kind of what we're dealing with on the front. Then on the back, I'm gonna do my best to show you guys. Lighting is very limited though. The challenge is this built-in fender trim / mud flap thing. Yeah, don't even really know how to feel about that. The question is, what is within it? And that's what we're gonna try and figure out right now. So hopefully y'all can see. Under here, guys, we're basically looking at a small metal bracket that shoots off of the actual rocker itself. There's just a few Torx bits that would actually take that out. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do that. And then there's actually an opening up within. Oh, it looks like it's actually hollow, which is a good thing. So it could be removed from the underneath part. It's no metal trimming required, which is a good thing. But on the outside, it's the question of it'll look incomplete. So I'm actually gonna pull this thing off real quick. There's that. So there's a better look for you guys at my broken tab that I broke. I thought I was being methodical, but I guess I'm not. It's all part of the process of what the fender looks like up underneath. There's actually also a lot of clearance up under here already, which is a good thing. Kind of hard to see for lighting, I apologize. Kind of a tight quarter here with the wheel. But now that that's off, there's a look at that piece removed, and now you can just see how much more room there is. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to turn because I don't want to run into the bumper, but we're gonna grab somebody real quick to give us eyes. Maybe we can test it just to see. All right, so we got those pieces pulled off, we gained like 4 more inches of clearance without that piece there. And I went out for a small little cruise. It actually drives really well. The angles are great, as I showed you guys, and the upper control arms are not on the bump stop, so it actually rides very good. And I'm not just trying to say that to justify the fact that I did that, because if you do crank your torsion keys all the way up, in turn pushing the geometries all the way down, no good. But where they are right now, which is not totally cranked, they're pretty cranked but not totally cranked, rides pretty good. I took it out for a small little spin, and well, we encountered some rubbish, and that's kind of what I expected. I mean, I'm gonna do my best to be completely transparent with you guys. This lower valance is probably going to need a little bit of trimming. I'm thinking just like a small little line that kind of comes across right here to the bottom where the transition occurs between kind of this driver's side and then the front. I think that a nice stencil cut here would actually be able to maintain the integrity of the engine block heater and give us the clearance we need. I'm already at about a full turning radius. That will get us the space we need up front to be good to go. Haven't spaced the bumper yet. Gonna revert to that here in a little bit. But again, guys, I am not one to hide anything. These are the cards that were dealt. And if you want to run a wheel without chopping everything apart, doing it in a way that's safe and actually logical, that's what we're doing here. And I'm being honest with you guys about it. So attack if you like. I really don't personally care, because my truck, I'm gonna do with it as I want. But I know that this is going to help a lot of people that are trying to make informative decisions as to what wheel and tire setup they want to run, whether it's a taller tire and a narrower wheel, or a wider wheel and a shorter tire, whatever the case might be, in their journeys. And again, as having one of, I think, the only 2020 HD on YouTube right now, I want to show you guys as much as possible, because I want it to be a resource for you going forward. There's a look at the other side for you guys. At this point, there's not all that much that we can do without actually spacing the bumper forward. As I'd mentioned, there probably will be a small amount of trimming on the valance required to make this work. It's just, I don't necessarily want to do that quite yet, because this, I don't know if this is the exact same wheel and tire setup that I'll want to run, although probably similar, because it's going to be difficult to fit much more wheel or tire together in combination with just the level. But I am pretty satisfied with where the truck sits height wise, so I actually might leave the keys where they are just for the time being to drive around to see how it feels, and if it's something that I'll actually be able to tolerate for the time being until said lift kit arrives probably later this year or in the beginning of the coming year. I'm not really trying to put all my eggs in one basket, if you know what I mean. So at this point, guys, we should probably do as promised and retrofit Jamie's 24x14s with a Nitto 420. Check out that. We're going to be skating here, boys and girls, on the 2020, because what is the fun if we're not doing first all the time in the vlog? I think that that's what we're gonna do today. Let's go ahead and pull this wheel off and we'll get this process started. Maybe we'll put the backs on too. Should we put the backs on too?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we should probably put the backs on too. Yeah. All right, guys, so I kind of lied a little bit there. I decided that I'd take a sharp blade just to see if this valance can be trimmed a little bit, and I decided to do that. I actually really like how it looks. The fender liner does sit out just a little bit. We're not gonna cut into the bumper. I refuse to do that. But I did trim this, and I'm actually really happy with how it came out. You can see it flows very nicely. There's a little gap in here because I took one of the screws out, but I'd almost like to bring this down to right there to follow a nice method of symmetry, and I think I'm going to do that to the other side too. So there's a look at the driver's side, trimmed right down to that turning point in the valance, and then the passenger side, same thing. So if you guys can recall, I actually had to do that on the LML as well. Tracy Mello, I'm coming for you guys. But it still maintains the integrity of that valance up front, but the cool thing is it's a few dollars to replace it. So with that said, boys, I think we got to start playing around with these 2414s. Y'all have waited long enough, and anybody that's into this whole stretch tire look, well, you're gonna want to pay close attention. I'm a little nervous to try these for size, because although the stretch tire look isn't for me, like, I respect it because that's what some enthusiasts are into. I feel like that's gonna look really cool. I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I'm sorry. All right, time to fit on some 24x14s. See how this goes. LML wheels are off and new wheels are on. I can't say that this is my style, so quick little like disclaimer there across the screen, not my style. Across the screen, I can't even talk right now. But I think to some people they're gonna really like it. 24s definitely fit this truck a lot better than 22s. But, well, here, I'll let you guys be the judge of it. Enjoy.
Y'all thinking I'ma fall off? I'm Thomas the Engine. 2 seconds, you get your rocks off. That's right, I said you're all soft. So I paint over the scene like I'm Bob Ross. I got weed songs, if you smoke good. I got peace songs, hope you ain't so hood that you can't kick it, get it, have a party. Oh shit, homie, don't hurt nobody. Let your knees drop while the beat rock. Need my scheme seem something like P-Rock. You gotta hit the G-spot, life's too short like an Ewok. Live it, let your nerves shake while the earthquake. Do the bird like it's purple rain. Now say something stupid about girls and drinks and slur your words and sip on Chardonnay.
Well, guys, we popped the cherry today. That's my first set of 24s on this truck. Hopefully not the last, but each your own. Drop a comment below. What do you guys think of the wheels and tires? I'm not going to discriminate against one person's preferences versus another. I think that there are definitely trucks that setup looks really good on. My opinion and take on it is this truck suited for that wheel and tire combination? No, purely for the fact-based reason that I have a gooseneck that I need to tow with this thing, and I'm not going to tow it on a set of A, tires that aren't rated for the weight, B, tires that aren't the, quote, proper size for the wheels and tires, and that's all discretionary based on preference and opinion. And C, 24-inch wheel on this setup leveled is a little bit much, but going back to what we were talking about today with the 22s with the 3314.5, I think that is actually going to work, which is a huge leap forward for any of the GM based vehicles in general. We talked a little bit about the valance, we talked a little bit about taking the plastic piece off right there, which is that built-in mud flap, looking into options for that, actually talking with Jason Worley right now about some options and ideas. I can't really disclose that information right now, but some exciting stuff there. I literally just got off the phone with him a few minutes ago. If you guys didn't know that Jason and I are very good friends, well, now you know. But that brings us to the question of, is it chrome or is it black? I shouldn't say chrome. The proper reference is polish. Is it polished or is it black wheels? I think the polish have their place for white vehicles, and I think they look really, really astounding on vehicles that are all whited out, paint match, blah, blah, blah. But in this instance, this truck from the factory in the way that it is right now, from the factory, because it's only a few thousand miles old, I think the black might work a little bit better to kind of bounce off of some of those features and characteristics. But I'm giving you guys the option to decide. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put a poll up in the corner of this video, one or the other, about what option it is that you guys like most. I'd love to know what it is that you're thinking, and at least now you have an accurate gauge of what each coating option looks like on the truck. I think those polished wheels go really well with the chrome grille, chrome door handles to come around the mirrors, but all that other black has me kind of feeling a little bit indifferent. But I'll still tell you what, those wheels are really sick. Once we lift this truck up though, I promise you guys, I will be indefinitely revisiting a set of 24x14s, but more to come on that later. And if you guys are curious, yes, I do have full turning radius with these wheels and tires. Again, we're leveled right now. I know that the tires are stretched, I get it, but still, that is freaking awesome, man. Oh my God. It just goes to show how much bigger these trucks are compared to their, any reference vehicles, any reference vehicles, any reference vehicles? Predecessors, which is that LML right there, is what I'm referring to. The classic, the older body style, but not the oldest body style like that one or that one. Yeah, you get, do I make sense right now? I think I'm making sense. So many options. That's nice. Did you see that clearance? Oh my God. Oh, I guess that camera angle goes away after speed. That's a bummer. Can we see the stance? Oh, nope, but we can see our spares. So I'm driving on stretch tires for the first time, and it actually feels really stable. It's not something that I'd want to do for a long time. So guys, don't get your panties all up in a bunch here. Make sure your blood pressure stays down. I don't think I'm gonna be going this way, or should I? Or should I? Or should I? No, I'm only kidding, guys, but seriously, am I? Long story short, I just wanted to give you all a little sneak peek as to how this thing's driving. Wheel is still totally straight after meshing with the torsion bars, not really jiggling or bouncing all around like it probably will a little bit more on mud tires. Not all that bad right now. And then we got all that stance. Dang, rolling on 24s, we got them dubs, them 2-footers. Oh, it's funny to say, but seriously, these wheels are actually 2 foot in diameter. That's kind of crazy. Feels pretty good though. Got my blind spot mirrors all adjusted on my my big old tow mirrors here. Maybe we should extend the tow mirrors, being that we got such a wide load now. Try and be like our Dodge brethren out here in the world. I'm just trying to be cool. Too cool for school. Got some stretch tires and some extended mirrors right now. Let's just say we're kind of trying to start some new trends here now, son. No, I'm just kidding. Let's put them back in. Calm down now. Feels good though, guys. And you know, it feels really good. What feels honestly the best is just knowing that we're not rolling around on stock wheels anymore, and we are truly in a unique vehicle. Check out that turning radius though. Oh, feels so nice. It's buttery smooth. I am truly blown away though at just the sheer, call it real estate, if you will, up under the wheel wells now. That's just mind-boggling. And I know I'm preaching it 100 times. I'm like that record that just keeps on playing that one track, but boy, do we have some room to put some nice boggers up under these here wheel wells on these new here damn Duramaxes. These diesels nowadays are trying to accommodate to that you know, that diesel market, if you will. Doing a dang good job at it. All right, boys, that's about where we're gonna end this video. Just my last comments here. I think the 24 is way more proportional on this bigger body style 2020 HD compared to the perfect symmetries that this 22, in my personal opinion, again, hand carried for the LML that one of you guys is going to be taking home very shortly. Now, if you haven't gotten entered for this, I definitely encourage that you do so, as you do miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you never pull that trigger, you're never gonna hit the target, and you're definitely not gonna hit bullseye. So keep that in mind, because one of you guys is gonna be taking that thing home in September, and it's gonna be because you pulled that trigger and you hit target and you hit bullseye. Just imagine that. I do like that 24-inch wheel though, so maybe that's gonna be factored into a certain purchasing decision here soon. If you guys haven't commented already, I wanna know what y'all think. Is it chrome? I don't know why I keep saying chrome, it's just like my instinct. Is it polished or is it black? Let me know right now, hit that poll, and we'll go from there. Well, like League, I love you guys, do what you do best. Tap that subscribe button if you're excited about 2020 HD content, because there's gonna be a ton of it coming, and of course, all the other Duramaxes here on the channel, and I'll see you all in the next upload.
We were so free riding with the top down.